This is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Excel 1970-73 Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Trawler YouTube channel.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to the 1970-73 Carryover League. We got another great series of heavyweights in the National League. So we've kind of seen every combination of heavyweights that you can configure thus far. And today it's Dodgers-Pirates. And it's been a very interesting year for both squads for the wrong kind of reason. The Dodgers draft was kind of panned. We didn't think they did much to improve their team after last year's playoff appearance. They didn't look like nothing more than a one-and-done playoff team. But they are having a heck of a year this year and proving us all wrong. Meanwhile, the Pirates, disappointed last year by missing the playoffs altogether and determined not to do the same thing again this year. They've been a little bit better, but not a lot better. And right now, let's go right to the overall standings, then we'll go to see what has happened in this particular series. So, if the season ended today in the West, the Dodgers would have ran away with it, as they're currently 15-6, 7-14 baseball, which puts them at the #1 seed of the National League. Right now, the Pirates are just a couple games over 500. And they're not even clinging to, I guess by percentage points, they're not even clinging to the last wild card spot. I mean, that's what it's been like this year. It's been a tough schedule for the Pirates, but they still haven't dominated. And let's take a look at this series where it started, and you'll see why. We open up in LA. Bob Moose for the Pirates against Claude Osteen, who's having a rough year for the Dodgers, which is odd since the Dodgers are running away with things. Sutton, John, and Messersmith have been untouchable. They've been touching Claude Osteen pretty regularly, and he's winless. Well, no longer. He wins this one. 7-3, Dodgers win this one. And when you see the game play out, if you look at the Pirates side of the box, a hit in the first, nothing there, a walk here, nothing there, nothing there, a hit in the sixth, just lackluster nothingness from this great Pirate offense that we are frightened by, but it's been this way all year. It's just not rolling their cards 2 years in a row. Stargell was in a horrific slump last year. He slumped all the way down to a .210 batting average. He's better this year. He's having a nice year, but still not what we thought we were going to get with the Pirates. And the Dodgers do what the Dodgers do. If you get a single, you go from first to third on a hit, or you score and you give a single, a double, an RBI. You get a rare homer by Bill Russell, a double, a couple more singles, a single, a double single. And in the fifth inning, the Pirates kind of just give up. An error by Sanguian, a two-base error by Roberto Clemente, and then Stennett makes another error. Stennett short, I think I said Sanguian, but anyway, Rennie Stennett makes 2 errors in this inning. 3 innings, 3 errors total. It's a mess. It's a total mess. And this year is this season right here is what's been going on. Dodgers get a win, Pirates lose. Game's not really that close. Pirates made it interesting in the later innings. But then we have game 2, and the Pirates, are you going to fight? Are you going to curl up into the fetal position? What are you going to do, Pirates? Classic baseball game. Pirates fight, and they get a 6-5 win in extra innings. This was a fantastic game with all sorts of twists and turns. Would have been a perfect playoff game. Pirates got an early lead with a Bob Robertson homer. An RBI single by Sanguian made it 2-0. Then you had a Bob Robertson error igniting a 3-run Dodger inning. It's 3-2 until Roberto Clemente homers in the 7th. Then the Pirates get 2 more in the 8th, take a 5-3 lead. But in the bottom of the inning, a 2-run homer by Tom Haller, and we're like, here we go again. Pirates going to blow it. But the game goes 13 innings, a sac fly by Al Oliver off of Pete Mickelson, and the entire Pirate bullpen is counted on, brought in and used. Beleaguered bullpen. Justy and Hernandez are pitching great, but their arms are about to fall off. They lead the league in innings pitch out of your bullpen. No shocker there, the two of the best pitchers, relief pitchers in all of baseball, but they need a break. If they're not going extra innings, it's because the starters aren't going long in the games. But anyway, the long and short of it is the Pirates get what they came for. A split in LA and some hope going back to Pittsburgh. So what happens in Game 3 in Pittsburgh? Well, back to heartbreak, folks, for the Pirates. Dodgers come roaring out of the blocks again, beating up a Pirate pitcher. In this case, it's Steve Blass. Just single. Like 12 of them through the first 5 innings means 6 runs. The Pirates, they had a game like this against the Reds. They were down 9-0 and came back and tied it, and then they lost. Down 6-0, they got a 5-run 6th inning here off of Tommy John. But then in the 8th and 9th innings, the tie run was at third base with 2 outs, and Jim Brewer, the all-star closer, the untouchable closer who hasn't given up a run this year, who was improved in the draft for this very reason, does exactly what the Dodgers thought he would do when he drafted him, and gets the save. Tommy John pitched long enough to get a win. Blass exited after 5 innings, took a loss, and we're right back where we were with the Pirates. Must-win situation, only because their schedule's so brutal this year. At least it gets easier from here on out because they don't have to play the Reds anymore, or the Orioles, or the Dodgers. So, we have a Game 4 in Pittsburgh. Andy Messersmith for the Dodgers, and he will battle Jim Rooker for the Pirates. This game will have a lot to say about how the playoffs go this year. Do the Dodgers get this win and move on to the overall #1 seed? Do the Pirates win this game and win Game 5 back in LA and tighten things up in the National League? So, leading off for the Dodgers is Ted Sizemore. 43, rolls back to the pitcher. Rooker's an E17. And he boots the ball. Not a good start. Willie Davis, 1-3, pops to first. Bill Buckner, 1-4. It's a 4-6-3 double play. Richie Hebner. The Pirates have tinkered with their lineup finally. They started the year slowly. Then they put Roberto Clemente in the leadoff spot, and they caught fire. Until recently, when they started to sputter, as you just saw. So they moved Clemente back to his 3 spot, hoping this latest change will ignite the Pirate offense. Hebner, 2-7, grounds to third. Stennett, 42, rolls to first. Clemente, 45, bounces to second X. Sizemore's a 2E15, makes the play. Top of 2, it's Billy Grabarkowitz, 54, third X. This is Hebner's a 3E12, makes the play. Wes Parker, 311, left. Steve Garvey, the rookie, 65, pops to third base. Garvey, Ferguson, 2 rookies who are frankly, they're too green to play very much, but they do get to play against left-handed pitching. We have a feeling that the Dodgers will improve Garvey and Ferguson to their 74 years, probably next year. Willie Stargell, 1-5, walks. Zisk, 35, single dot, 2 on. For Robertson, the Pirates have something going here, finally. 1-5 is a K. Al Oliver, 59, second C. Runners in scoring position for Manny Sanguillen. Now, your number 8 hitter, let's take a look at him. This is what I talked about the Pirates, why they should be so great and why their offense is so great. This cat, batting 8th, Manny freaking Sanguillen. He only hit .325 Where else is he going to bat on this team? I mean, it's a ridiculous offense. It's time to start scoring some runs and winning some games. The pitch to Manny Sanguillen. 5-12 off Messersmith, rolls back to the mound. Well, that pep talk didn't work. Scoreless into the third. It's Bill Russell. 35, homer, 1-8, double. That'll be a 2-base hit. Joe Ferguson, 5-12, skies the shallow right field. Hallinier, former Giant, acquired as a free agent in the offseason, skies the left field. And with 2 outs and Russell still there at second, it's Ted Sizemore. 67 is a walk. Rooker has to bear down now. 2 on, 2 outs. Willie Davis, normally he leads off, but against left-handed pitching, Sizemore and Davis like to flip. Now Sizemore leads off and Davis bats second. The pitch to Willie Davis. 1-2. Here's a big play, because there's a fly ball plus an injury. So getting Willie Davis out of center field could really be important for the Pirates. Let's put Willie Crawford into center field. And actually, Willie Crawford's a 3. 3 with a -1 arm in center field. That's not too bad. 3 -27 replaces Willie Davis. All right, bottom of the third inning. Gene Tornado Alley leads off. Flies to left. Hebner. 2-7, third. Rennie Stennett, 111, right. We'll go to the fourth. Billy Buck. 2-5 for Buckner. Is double 1-3, base hit. B Steeler. Not going to steal against the -2 of Sanguillen. Billy Grabarkowitz. 35 is a walk. 2 on for Wes Parker. 1-7. Let's take a look at Wes Parker's card from 1970. So we're in this kind of area where the Dodgers, they're not quite to the Ron Cey, Bill Russell, Davey Loeb, Steve Garvey Dodgers that went to the 74 series. We're still in this area where they're hanging on to Wes Parker and they were hanging on to Maury Wills, Willie Davis, guys like that. So Parker has a very good 1970. Hit .319 with 10 homers, and he did it in 693 plate appearances. So 1-7 is a single to left field. Buckner is not going to run against the -4 arm of Stargell. The Pirate arms, -4 and -5 in the corners. However, you got Richie Zisk having to play center field because somebody has to, and he's got a 0 arm. And the Dodgers have been running off of Zisk, not the other guys. Fortunately for the Pirates, that ball was hit to Stargell. The bases are loaded for Steve Garvey. 2-10, let's take a look at the rookie's card. The rookie has arrived today in Pittsburgh. 2-10, this is not his first homer, by the way. Homer, 1-18, double, and a grand slam for Steve Garvey. Could not have come at a better time for the Dodgers. And it is 4-0 in front of a stunned crowd in Pittsburgh. 4-0. Bill Russell, 57's a K. Joe Ferguson, 412 pitcher. Another rough start for a Pirate pitcher. It's just killing their bullpen. Hallinier, 58, skies the center. Now the Pirates, they got to start. I know it's Andy Messersmith. I get that. And before that, it was Claude Osteen and Don Sutton and Tommy John. Don't care. Roll in your own cards. Bat around. Get about 6 runs. You did it last game, but you don't do it consistently enough. Clemente, Stargell, Zisk, Robertson. Let me just go through this before we even start turning cards here. Clemente, 352. Stargell, 295, 48 bombs. Zisk, 324. 10 homers in half a season, 330 at-bats. And old Bob Robertson, 27 home runs and a 287 batting average. That's what I'm talking about, folks. I'm not making this up. Pirates have probably the best offense in all of baseball, and they have not executed it. Roberto Clemente, 1-8, is a double to center field. This is like the pep talk of all pep talks today. Willie Stargell, 49 off Messersmith. Single 1-9, line is short. He gets the single though. Big break there. Richie Zisk. 2-6. Let's take a look at the Richie Zisk card, 1973. Heck of a start to his career. Might be his lifetime high batting average, 324. Late in his career with Seattle, I think he also hit like 320, but when he was a DH in the early 80s. But anyway, single dot for the kids. Zisk, justifying them trading Matty Alou away in the offseason because Zisk has the same or better batting average with all this power. So it is 4-1. You have runners on the corners, and it's Bob Robertson. 43, Pitcher X, Messersmith is an E30. This is not good news at all. It's a ground ball C. So that'll score a run. A runner goes to second with 1 out, and it's Al Oliver, the tie run. 57's a K, and with 2 outs, it's Sanguillen. 65, Sky's the center. They cut the lead in half. We'll go to the 5th. Ted Sizemore. 210, base hit for Sizemore, the C stealer. But you have Willie Crawford now batting second, who doesn't hit lefties very well. The pitch to Willie. 3-6 is a K. By the way, that would have been a homer chance for Willie Davis had he not gotten hurt. So maybe the worm is starting to turn against the Dodgers here. Bill Buckner, 67's a K. And with 2 outs, Billy Grabarkowitz. 47 is a K. Rooker has a nice inning there after the bad 4th. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
All right, this is must-win territory for the Pirates. Down 2 in the 5th. Gene Tornado Alley leads off. 68, single 1-8. Another single chance made off Messersmith. That's something he did not want to do. He wants to get the guys at the bottom out before it turns over to the top, and it didn't work. Richie Hebner. 5-10, left C. Rennie Stennett. Let's take a look at Rennie's card. I forgot to even mention the 353 hitting Stennett, batting second. Just, ridiculous. Ridiculous offense here, folks. And here's the pitch to Rennie. 46 off Messersmith is a K, and with 2 outs. Roberto Clemente. 210 rolls to third. We'll go to the 6th of a 4-2 game. Steve Garvey 4, Pittsburgh 2 in the 6th. It's Wes Parker leading it off. 66 bounces to second. And Stennett, though, is a 40-41, but he needs to just get this play, and he cannot. It's an error. That's what you sacrifice, getting his bat in there, his bad glove, with slick fielding Bill Mazeroski on the bench as a defensive replacement. But Steve Garvey is your batter. Homered and popped out the third. The pitch to Steve. 2-5 is a walk. 2 on for Bill Russell. 2-4, Sky's the center. Joe Ferguson. 37's a K. And Hal Lanier. 57's a K. Rooker, a starter 7. 1 horrible pitch in the 4th inning is the 2-run difference. Bottom of the 6th, it's Willie Stargell. 2-7 is a K. Richie Zisk, 410. Off the Messersmith card, 410. Automatic home run. And we have a 1-run game here, 4-3. Bob Robertson. 1-8 off the Robertson card. Have we looked at this one? I guess we haven't. Let's show it. Bob Robertson's ridiculous 1970 card. I always love it when right-handers crush righties better than lefties because it's very common for it to be the other way. But the devastating on bases and walks, on bases and homers against righties actually gets him on the field more than Al Oliver would be on the field. So 1-8 is a homer, and we are tied at 4. Al Oliver, 2-5 second, and Sanguillen, 33, lines to third. All right, Jim Rooker taken off the hook so far with a no decision into the top of the 7th, but Justin needs some time off. Ramon Hernandez can give you a couple. He had a day off yesterday. But this bullpen is exhausted. For the Dodgers side of things, Brewer could give you a 2. Mickelson can give you an inning or 2. But you have to break the Dodgers starters to get into that bullpen. So let's go to the top of the 7th. Jim Rooker, Ted Sizemore, 66, bounced to second, and it's Stennett again. And another misplay at second base. That's killing this Pirate team. It's hard to justify Rennie Stennett. He puts 2 guys on defensively, and he didn't get on in this game. He's 0 for 3 with a .353 batting average. That's the problem with some of this offense. Willie Crawford, 66 off Rooker's a K. Bill Buckner. Let's take a look at Buckner's card of 1972. A .319 batting average. He only had 5 home runs. His defense isn't very good here because it's the 72. His defense will get better, but at a certain point they'll realize we're going to have Garvey, we're going to have Crawford, we'll have Dusty Baker. We just don't have enough mouths to feed, and Buckner will get traded away from the Dodgers. Probably too soon, maybe. The pitch to Bill Buckner. 1-4 is a 4-6-3 double play. Stretch time here in Pittsburgh, and we are enjoying Charles Bradley recording his Changes LP. Soul Singer. Black Velvet was his James Brown act he had, and then put this record together in his 50s with a Menahan Street Band. Great LP. Does this cover of a Black Sabbath song, Changes. Check this one out. This is fantastic. All right, bottom of the 7th. Changes. That's what the Pirates want. Change from the losing ways. Gene Alley leads off. 1-3 hit by pitch. Richie Hebner, 68 is a K. Rennie Stennett, boy, you really need a hit here. Rennie, 412, rolls the first C. Runner at second, 2 outs, Roberto Clemente. Let's take a look at the card for the .352 hitting Roberto Clemente. He needs it here. The pitch to Roberto. 57 is a strikeout off Messersmith. 8th inning, Rooker's still in there. You need 3 base runners to break him. Billy Grabarkowitz, 45, short X. This is Gene Alley. He's good. He's a 2E24, makes the play. Wes Parker, 1-6. Saw the card earlier. It's double 118. He misses the double. Gets a single. That's big break there. And Steve Garvey, 45, short X again. He's a 2, E24, and that's a 6-4-3 double play. Bottom of the 8th for Pittsburgh, it's going to be Stargell. 37, single 1 of 5, lines out. Richie Zisk, 58, skies out. Bob Robertson, 46, strikes out to end the 8th. Wow. Let's turn this down a little bit. There you go. Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah. We'll go to the 9th. 4-4. A thriller in this series. Dodgers are kind of playing with house money here. They could win the series at home in Game 5. But they have a really great chance to get the Pirates out of the playoff picture here, which is kind of stunning. A 4-4 tie in the 9th inning. Rooker has to go back out there, because outside of this Garvey homer, the Pirates have done nothing against left-handed pitching. They're much better against right-handed pitching. So leading off, it'll be Bill Russell in the 9th. 2-4, skies the center. Joe Ferguson, 311 is hit by the pitch. 10 runner, no big deal. Hal Lanier, 2-8 pops to short, and with 2 outs, it's Sizemore. 1-6 is a grounder to short. Rooker did everything he can do today. 9 innings. I don't let starter 7s go extras, so he's gone. He has a chance to get a win if his Pirates can give him a run in the bottom of the inning. Messersmith, a starter 7. He'll go 9. We'll try to. Bottom of the lineup, Oliver, Sengi, and Alley. The pitch to Al Oliver. 3-10. Skies are right. Manny Sengian, 1-7, grounds a third. And Gene Tornado Alley. 2-5, grounds to short. Both starting pitchers leave for extra innings. Bonus baseball. And we should have it with teams this good. We need to have as much bonus baseball as we can. So, the phone goes on in the bullpen. They're asking Dave Justy, can you get up again, please? For another 2 innings or 2. And here he comes, folks. Dave Justy with some thread hanging from his shoulder. That's his arm. Let's take a look at Justy's magnificent card of 1972. 7-4, 192. You see why he's always brought in. It's just, you know, you got to get him in there. I mean, yeah, he's one of the best relievers in all of baseball. So, in the 10th, Justy. I'll give you a couple, then I'll probably go straight to Ramon Hernandez for 2 or 3 more if this game goes on. Willie Crawford leads off in the 10th. 2-4, skies are right. Bill Buckner, 56 is a K. Billy Grabarkowitz, 2-9, homer, 1-3, fly ball the rest, and oh my goodness, let's take a look at the card just so you can see this, folks. Billy Grabarkowitz's 1970 card, 289, 95 walks, 17 home runs, always a 2 at third, always a 2 at second, always a 3 at short, and a B stealer. What a great card he had in 70. It's a shame his career kind of fizzled. I mean, this is like one of the better players in the, in the lineup here. That's why he bats cleanup against lefties. But 2-9 is homer, 1-3, fly ball the rest, and it is a 2, and the Dodgers get the solo shot here. Heartbreak, perhaps, for the Pirates. Wes Parker with 2 outs. 1-8. That is his 3rd hit of the game. And Steve Garvey, you could pinch hit for him against a righty. But Justy's better against lefties anyway, so Garvey's going to swing. The pitch to Garvey. 65 off Justy's card, double 1, single not dot. Runners in the corners. I told you this guy was overworked. For Bill Russell. Got to get Bill Russell out. The pitch. 55, bounces to short, and it's Gene Alley. He's good at 2-24. Now, do the Pirates have any defense they can bring in? They really don't, do they? No. So they will go to the bottom of the 10th inning. Now, interesting situation here. Hebner, the lefty, crushes lefties. So let me just double check the Pirates. You know what they're going to do? They're going to start the inning. Now the Pirates the Dodgers just have so many ways to beat you with their pitching staff. So knowing they have Brewer if needed, they're going to start the inning with Pete Mickelson. Take a look at Pete. As you can see, he's good against lefties aside from the homers. The batting average is low. And Hebner's actually better against left-handed pitching. So Mickelson will pitch to Hebner to start the inning. And see where we're at from there. The pitch to Richie Hebner. 6-11. First X. This is Wes Parker. A 1E8. I believe. 1E7. A 1E7 makes the play. Alright. Now, Rennie Stennett has power against righties. Mickelson doesn't give up homers to righties. And frankly, Rennie Stennett's better against everybody, so. Except, maybe you go to Mickelson. Maybe you, well, Rennie Stennett hit 1 home run. It was against a righty. Well, you figure Startle's not going to bat against a right-handed pitcher anyway, so that's going to do it. They're going to go right to Brewer now. Because Stennett hits a little worse against lefties, and Jim Brewer is, well, you'll get to see. Here he is, folks, Jim Brewer. good luck right-handed hitters in the bottom of the 10th inning. Rennie Stennett, Roberto Clemente. One of these guys has to get on so that Stargell has a chance to walk it off. So it'll be Rennie Stennett against Jim Brewer. The pitch. 1-10, he gets the base hit. And it's Roberto Clemente. Has to stay away from the double play here. And you can, let's take a look at Clemente. We haven't seen his card, I don't think. Yep, 352, folks. It's 352. Lefty righty doesn't mean a whole lot there, does it? It does for Brewer, though. So, Stennett is a decent base runner. He's a 12, but he's a bad base stealer. He's not going anywhere. The pitch to Roberto Clemente. 2-7 is another K. That's the second one of the game for him. And it comes down, folks, to Willie Stargell in the bottom of the 10th. Let's take a look at the ridiculous card of 1971. He had to be the MVP. If the Pirates won the World Series, I mean, he should have been. If he wasn't, I'm just guessing. I'm assuming he was the MVP of 1971 with a card like this. But you do have less homer chances against lefties, but Brewer has homer chances on his card. A 4-4 or a 4-5 off of Brewer would be the first runs given up by Brewer all season. So here we are, folks. Tying run at first. Winning run is Willie Stargell. Biggest moment of the season for the Pirates. The pitch to Willie Stargell. 3-6 is going to be a ball 4. And now you got the kid. You got Richie Zisk. Homered earlier. He's having a good year. Performing very well for the Pirates. But Jim Brewer has no on bases on his card. Zisk will walk this thing off on a 1-5. Do you dare put a pinch runner in for Stargell to score him from first on a double? I don't think you do something that crazy, no. So Zisk will bat 2 on, 2 outs versus Jim Brewer. Here's the pitch. 47 off of Brewer is a strikeout. Another brilliant performance, and now we're seeing that the first 2 picks in the draft, the Dodgers made Don Sutton arguably the best pitcher in all of baseball as a starter, and Jim Brewer as the best reliever in all of baseball, and they look like geniuses today as they now have the best record in the National League. They beat the Pirates 3-1. I gave them a C- grade for their draft because they put huge holes on their bench with Steve Garvey and Joe Ferguson and Hal Lanier, who were pretty lousy, to be honest with you. Of course, Garvey got lucky today and hit a grand slam, so there you go. And they beat Dave Justy. My goodness. What a horrible loss for the Pirates. The Cincinnati Reds are watching this, and they're kind of laughing because the Reds have beaten the Dodgers, I think 10 in a row, maybe it's 7 in a row. In the last 2 or 3 seasons, the Reds have been just wiping the Dodgers out. And now the Reds are going to be in great shape to walk away with that division and another National League North crown. Justy loses in the 10th, 3 hits, a run, and a K. Rooker gave it everything he had, 7 hits, 4 runs on the fluky home run by Garvey, 4 walks and 7 strikeouts. Messersmith does get the win as his team scored in the top of the 10th. So he gets the win. Brewer gets the save. Mickelson got his out. A hit, a walk, and 2 Ks for Brewer. We'll look at his ERA and his line. 7 hits, 4 runs off Messersmith. All were earned. 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. 101-10, 010-10, 5-10, 4-8. 4-8, 3-9, 3-9, 4-8. Wow. I was thinking this was going to happen when I sat down here tonight to play this. The same thing. That, you know, some certain seasons just have a certain feel to them, folks, and this has seemed like the Dodgers' year from the get-go. And the Pirates, we were hoping they would recover from the disastrous 2021, and it really has been a struggle in 2022. This team is just a 500 club in the last couple of years. Can't figure it out. You've seen all these cards I flashed on the board for this Pirate offense. And there it is. The Pirates are 12-11, and now they've got a fight in the regular season finale against the, I think they play the Cardinals, and then the postseason tournament. They got to start going on a winning streak and try and steal a wild card spot. They're hitting .285 with a .385 team ERA. Justy and Hernandez are combined 5 and 2 with 7 saves in 34 innings. That's easily the maximum innings pitched for your last 2 pitchers at this point in the season. Pirates only have 2 complete games for this era. That's low. Rooker's 2-1. That was his first loss. Actually, he didn't lose, did he? Justy lost. Home runs, well, Ziska's 4. Bob Robertson is 6. Stargell's got 6 homers. He's 24 for 88. The Stargell's hitting .273. It's still below his card, but it's better than last year. They've scored 114 runs, and they've given up 109 runs. That's pretty mediocre. And the Dodgers. Dodgers 16-6 now, hitting .288 with a .297 ERA. Again, Claude Osteen's 1-2. The rest of the starters are 14-2. Oh, and Jim Brewer, 11 2/3, 5 hits, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. And Steve Garvey, by the way, he's got 3 home runs. He's 6 for 34, which is expected. He's hitting a .176, Steve Garvey. But he's got 3 home runs, and they've all been big, as it turns out. Willie Davis, I think, is still their star. No, not really. He's kind of having an off year. Wes Parker, 37 for 89. He's their star. Yeah, Wes Parker, 416 clip and almost 100 at-bats, carrying the Dodgers. 317 games in, we are hitting .261 with a .385 ERA. And one last look at the current standings. You see the Dodgers, 727 baseball. They finished the go into the All-Star break playing the Astros, so they've got nothing to worry about. They're going to be in first place going into the postseason tournament. But here are the Pirates, very precarious. You got the Cardinals a half game behind them. The Braves are probably going to do a lot better. Yeah, they're going to definitely get a. The Mets and Braves are going to the playoffs. Reds are going to the playoffs. One of these expansion teams is going to the playoffs, and the Dodgers. That leaves one playoff spot. And right now, the Pirates would be behind these 2 expansion teams. And they play the Cardinals. Cardinals wins that series, they flip-flop. So that's where we are in the 4-year carryover league. Thanks for checking out this video, and we'll see you next time.